What if the reason people succeed isn't because they are the strongest, but because they tune out negativity? Picture two frogs traveling across the damp floor of a lush forest. Without warning, the ground gives way, and they plummet into a deep, dark well. The drop is severe. The sheer vertical walls offer zero footholds, making a climb back to the surface a physical impossibility. Above them, the rest of the group gathers at the edge. Peering down into the shadows, the crowd quickly concludes that the situation is hopeless. Shouts echo down the stone cylinder. The trapped frogs hear constant instructions to stop trying, to accept their fate, and to save their remaining energy. When you hit absolute rock bottom, physical gravity is heavy, but the chorus of voices enforcing hopelessness carries far more weight. At first, the first frog fought back. He threw his body against the stone, leaping desperately toward the distant circle of light. This diagram illustrates auditory contagion. Incoming vectors represent external doubt penetrating the mind, systematically draining internal energy reserves. With every shout from the surface, the physical toll worsened. The frog's jumps grew weaker as his resolve withered. Eventually, his muscles stilled. He stopped jumping entirely, accepting the crowd's projected fear as his permanent reality. The physical depth of the well did not defeat him. He succumbed to his psychological absorption of the crowd's negative consensus. Down in the exact same darkness, facing the exact same slick walls and auditory assault, the second frog reacted differently. He ignored the sharp pain of slipping down the rough stone, continuously launching his body upward without hesitation. Up at the surface, the crowd grew frantic. They shouted even louder, fully believing they were helping him by urging him to accept reality and die quietly. He gathered every ounce of remaining strength for a final, explosive leap. His legs fired, breaking the physical boundary as he cleared the edge and landed on the forest floor. Against all logic, the same environment that crushed one life provided the backdrop for another's survival. A stunned silence fell over the gathered crowd. Finally, one leaned in with a very logical question. Why didn't you listen to our warnings? The surviving frog smiled, completely bewildered by the inquiry. He was entirely deaf. This visualization shows the crowd's noise as a downward, jagged wave. The signal passes through his mind and emerges as an upward, encouraging pulse. He perceived their loud voices as cheering. That belief provided the fuel needed to keep jumping until he reached the surface. Our perceived limits are tethered to how we translate the world around us. We often find success not by listening better, but by choosing what to ignore. Out in the real world, you will encounter critics at every edge of every well. People will confidently project their own fears and limitations directly onto your efforts. To survive that noise, you must deliberately adopt the persona of the deaf frog. You have to build a shield of silence to protect your ambitions from loud, incorrect voices. Lock your focus on the end goal. Trust your internal intuition and put in the consistent, grueling work, even when a crowd of detractors insists it cannot be done. When your muscles burn and the climb feels impossible, remember that your personal breakthrough might require just one more relentless effort. Your future is dictated by your own beliefs, not the words of others. If this story gave you the momentum you needed today, like this video, share it with someone who needs encouragement, and subscribe for more stories that can change your life.